Welcome to my lesson about natural phenomenon. The first natural phenomenon we're going to be talking about is echolocation. Echolocation is the use of sound waves and echoes to determine where objects are in a provided space. One of the main users of echolocation are bats. Bats have evolved to not rely on their ability to see, but instead have enhanced hearing to the point of being able to solely use it as the packaged two senses. Bats send out sound waves through their mouths and noses that are transmitted and bounce off walls and other objects to create an echo that resonates sound back towards the bat, allowing it to know where solid surfaces are and where to avoid them. Other animals capable of echolocation are whales, dolphins, shrews, and other forms of birds. Just to show how powerful echolocation and ultrasonic frequencies are, there was an instance in 1997, a hydrophone, an instrument used for picking up sensitive frequencies not detectable by the human ear, picked up the largest ultrasonic frequency ever recorded. The sound was examined and found that it was recorded almost 5,000 miles away from the hydrophone site. And just for comparison, the blue whale, the largest animal on Earth and possibly ever, can only be heard from 1,000 miles away. In order for the bloop, the term the scientists gave the frequency, to be made, it would have had to come from an animal at least 3 times the size of a blue whale, and no animal has ever been recorded to date. The term ultrasonic refers to the sound waves and frequency above the limit of human hearing, which is roughly 20,000 hertz. Ultrasonic waves are more simply frequencies surpassing that of human detection, like explained before. Bats and whales, along with other animals, are capable of picking up frequencies beyond that of 20,000 hertz. These animals have evolved to adapt the stronger hearing sense required to detect these frequencies. To humans, these frequencies are inaudible and cannot be picked up, but instead we are able to hold our vision instead of evolving blind. Another form of ultrasonic noise is in dog whistles. Dog whistles play such a high frequency that it is just above our range of hearing, and a dog whistle roughly plays at 18 to 22 kilohertz, or 18,000 to 22,000 hertz. Because it is out of our range, we cannot hear it, or we can faintly hear it, but dogs can hear near perfectly and respond to it because their range of noise detection is far greater than that of ours. Next, we're going to be talking about the phenomenon of waves. Typically, waves on our ocean surface are created and directed by the winds transferring energy to the water, but in certain cases, the moon and sun's gravitational pull on Earth and its tides do tend to play a role in the shift between neap tides, which are especially weak waves. These neap tides only occur when the moon is at a quarter cycle. These quarter cycles usually occur between 6 p.m. to noon, and the third quarter or last quarter occurs between 6 a.m. to midnight. These times are extended on certain dates. Speaking of waves in a more invisible view, all noise and light is made up of waves. These waves have different portions contrary to the entire wave and explain in smaller sections different factors involved in strength, height, and length of a wave. Together, these all make and define the properties of sound and light waves being observed or transmitted. A good example of when light from a distance is altered from a close proximity are rainbows. Rainbows are created when white sunlight passes through raindrops. The raindrops act as prisms for the rain, displaying the full color spectrum in the sky: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. How does a prism work, you may ask? Well, a prism acts as a divider. The term white light refers to a form of light that contains all the Roy G. Biv colors within it. The prism is able to in turn bend the light out of the single line of light and separate them to the point where their spectrum is visible and colors can be differed from one another. Speaking of the color spectrum, like rainbows, the aurora borealis or northern lights display a distinct color spectrum in the night sky. The spectrum is due to the moisture and charged particles from the sun that are due to solar flares colliding with atoms in the atmosphere of the Earth. These colliding atoms create the natural phenomenon that is the lights in the sky. The natural phenomenons I talked about are just a few of many that are, but all and similar, have the same traits I talked about with waves. Whether it be energy or shifts in Earth's natural climate and landforms, natural phenomenons will continue to be the topic of discussion for many, even after the solutions for their existence are created. Thank you for watching my presentation on natural phenomenons.